Hey guys, Brian here, and this is part 5 of A Truck Driver's Questions. So, if you're this far into the series, you already know that I used to drive for Prime, and I used to be a truck driver, and became certified as a personal trainer while I was in the truck, and I don't need to go through the homage to truck drivers again. In this video, we're going to discuss eating. So the fifth and final question that Josh has for me is, as to eating before or after a workout, I can find this answer online, but it's mostly geared towards people with different body types than mine and or are trying to lose weight. You mentioned having a similar body type as mine, which is why I'm posing this question. In your experience, when is the best, most efficient to eat? After a workout to feed the starving body, or before, so your muscles have the fuel they need as they're being worked out? I know this is a lot of questions all at once. No rush. Feel free to answer when you got time, even if it's just in pieces, because I imagine answering all at once would be half a novel, or about 5 videos. Anyways, I think that's it for now. Thank you again for all your words and insight. I really do appreciate and value your contribution so far. Hope all is well in your world. Take care, and I'll talk to you whenever that be. Later, Joshua. Okay. So the first thing that I want to talk about is meal timing. So meal timing makes no difference on stoking your metabolism or this idea that there's like a 30-minute like anabolic window following a workout. That's bullshit. That's not true. Your body is digesting for a period of about 8 hours. And so if you're eating adequate protein, just in your diet overall, you are going to have all the protein you need at all times. And meal timing does not make much difference, if any difference at all. I can't find any good science that suggests that eating 3 to 4 hours makes any difference. And it doesn't even make sense from an evolutionary standpoint. This is not the place to debate the issue of evolution versus creationism, but we evolved over a very long period of time without supermarkets and without ready access to food. All right, now think about this. If we had to eat every 3 hours, we don't have time to do anything else. So if we evolved requiring to eat every 3 to 4 hours, we're not going to have time to hunt and gather, or to build, or to reproduce, or do anything else. And furthermore, if an animal is going to get eaten, it's going to get eaten when it's feeding or when it's sleeping. And if we had to stop what we're doing every 3 to 4 hours and eat something, chances are that we're going to get eaten and we wouldn't have survived. And when you take even the briefest look at biology and biochemistry and cellular metabolism, and you understand a little bit about beta oxidation and how we mobilize our body fat for energy, it just doesn't make sense. I don't know who came up with this nonsense that you need to eat every 3 to 4 hours, but it's complete bullshit and you don't need to do it. So I can find this answer online. How much time are we at? We are at 4 minutes in. Okay, so we're 4 minutes in. You know, got to keep track of that. GoPro gets weird when your videos go over 17 minutes. Eat before a workout. Honestly, whatever you want. Eating before a workout really doesn't make a whole lot of difference. I mean, I guess if you're used to eating a high-carb diet and you were to switch to eating a low-carb diet and you're getting a little bit of the low-carb flu and you're feeling like 10 pounds of shit in a 9-pound bag, it may be beneficial to eat a little bit of carbs and protein before you go work out. But that's not necessarily because it's normally necessary. It is necessary because your brain is used to swimming in a cup and a half of sugar when it only needs a teaspoon, because you've been eating a high-carb diet, and now that it's not getting that, you are starting to feel like crap, and it's affecting your performance. And so it's the equivalent of an alcoholic taking a shot of whiskey before he goes into work. You know, the body doesn't normally need a shot of whiskey before it goes to work. in order to stabilize its performance. The body doesn't normally need a helping of carbs or protein before it goes and it works. But if your body's not functioning correctly because you're addicted to sugar or you're addicted to alcohol, then you need a little bit of it as sort of a medicine, if you will, to treat your condition. And the condition is, I can't function without carbs. And so, so you really don't need to eat anything before you work out. But if you're feeling a little shaky, go ahead and have some carbs or protein before you work out. After a workout, there's this idea that there's this 30-minute anabolic window during which, you know, it's the best time for protein synthesis to occur, and it's bullshit. It's not true, and it doesn't even make sense physiologically, because protein synthesis only requires 5 ATP molecules per amino acid, and muscle is only about 22% protein by weight, or about 100 grams of protein per pound, or about 400 calories. So like, if you wanted to synthesize protein, you would need about, if you wanted to create 1 pound of muscle per week, which is a pretty phenomenal rate of muscle gain, you would need to eat 100 extra grams of protein, which divided by 7 turns out to be 15 extra grams of protein per day. 100 grams of protein per week is about 400 extra calories per week, and if you divide that by 7, you're going to need to eat about 60 extra calories per day in order to synthesize protein. This idea that you have to slam all of this food into yourself 30 minutes after a workout, it's complete nonsense. Which is good for truck drivers, because you guys often don't have time to just stop and have a snack, or stop and slam some protein into your face. Good news is, you don't have to. So what to eat, because these nutritions that Josh is finding online are geared towards people with different body types, and he thinks that we have a similar body type, and so he wants to know kind of what I do. But I should start this by saying that what I do is not necessarily what everybody should do. Nutrition is a very individual thing. We all have different amounts of lean muscle or lean body mass. We all have different amounts of body fat that we're carrying, and we all have different goals. You're not trying to lose weight, but I am trying to lose weight. I'm trying to get into single-digit body fat percentage. I mean, I'm pretty close, but I've still got a bit to go. You're trying to pack on muscle. I'm just trying to maintain my muscle while continuing to lean out. So we may have similar body types, but we have different goals, and so we're going to need to eat differently. And so what I do is not necessarily what you should do. And to be completely honest, this is what I get paid for as a trainer, is to help figure this out, to help figure out what people should be eating, to help them figure out what their basal metabolic rate is, and to help calculate the calorie deficit that they should be eating to consume, and making sure that the deficit is not so great that they start stripping away muscle, but not too slight that it takes them forever to lose fat. And you know, that's what I do. That's what I get paid to do, and that's what I'm going to do with you. But that has to be very personal. I need some more information. I need to know what you weigh. I need to know what your body fat is, and I need to know what your goals are. I need to know if you're trying to lose weight, and if so, how much. I need to know how much muscle you're trying to gain, if you're trying to go the other way with it. I need to know if you're rehabilitating injuries. I mean, there's all kinds of things that I need to know, and we can have that conversation. But it's much more specific. In your experience, when is best or most efficient to eat? Anytime, really. Meal timing, you know, as I've said, meal time really doesn't matter. The only advice that I would give over the internet, and again, it's not a protecting my secrets kind of a thing. It's a everybody is different, and so I can't just go giving blanket nutrition advice, but I can go give some biochemistry advice, and I can tell you that insulin is this master hormone, and it will completely derail. Where are we at? 10 minutes? Elevated insulin levels will completely derail most of your efforts, no matter what you're doing. There's all this talk about how insulin is like this anabolic hormone, and you want to stuff your face full of glucose and protein immediately following a workout because there's this 30-minute window for protein synthesis, and eating lots of glucose is really good for spiking your insulin because it's an anabolic hormone, and that those conditions are right for protein synthesis. So you just got to cram as much into your face as you can get. It's not true, and elevated insulin levels cause so many problems. They inhibit lipase's ability to mobilize stored body fat. They cause the cells in your body to start down-regulating insulin receptor sites, and so you start to become insulin insensitive. And God, there are just so many problems. I mean, inflammation, to just say very little on this subject in a short video. You don't need to starve your body, or not starving your body, but you don't need to like feed a starving body afterwards or before. Just eat normally, and get with me through email or Skype or on the phone, and we'll figure out how many calories you need to eat for your goal, and we'll come up with the exercises that you need to eat. And I remember us having a conversation about some digestion issues. You said you were having some digestion issues, like you have inflammation in your gut, and you have like irritable bowel syndrome or celiac disease, or some kind of abdominal issues, and so you can't eat certain foods or it really screws with you. So I mean, for you in particular, I don't want to just give blanket nutritional advice. But that is all for his questions, and that is all for this video series on a truck driver's questions. I'm going to make more videos on what truckers can do to get fit in the truck following this series. I still have like my Coolatron cooler and my Max Burton digital stove to go, and the Farberware blender that I got from Walmart that helped me make almond bread. And I'm going to talk about all kinds of fun stuff that you guys can do inside the truck to get healthy. Healthy ice cream and all kinds of good stuff. So you guys are going to want to stick around and watch the videos that are to follow. As always, please like, share, and subscribe. And there's a link in the description below to my Facebook page if you're interested in working with me long distance in the truck. Please go to my Facebook page and send me a message on Facebook, or just leave a comment on the comment page. I check it daily. And where was I going? I don't know. I was going to throw something else out there. I can't think of what it was. Must not be that important. But thank you for watching this video series. I hope this has been instructional, and there is more on the way.